I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, share out the live, tap the screen, do all the stuff. Help me with this live gift goal. We got the bubble gums over there. No apple juice. No apple juice. I'm 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 actually completely off the apple juice for a little bit. For a little, I don't know how long, just a little bit. I'm completely off the apple juice for a little while. So actually, some actual apple juice does actually sound kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Like some like legit apple juice, like not what I call the apple juice. Like some actual real apple juice actually does sound like pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Tadded, I told you I have some shit going on tomorrow, so I won't be on. And I didn't know if I was even going to be on today, but I got a little extra time today, so I decided to jump on. I got a little extra time going on today. See, travel case, that's what sounds like it needs a little, that's what sounds like it needs a little apple juice to go along with it. Yeah. That's what pineapple orange juice. That's when you need a little bit of, a little bit of extra, That's when you need a little extra. All right. Well, yes, I'm on time, Corey. Tatted, I'm on because, like I said, I didn't have much time today, and so I'm just jumping on when I can, because I have to be off by like 5:30, 5:35. So, I'm just jumping on now while I can. Chase Corey is in the other is in the vertical live. That's where he's at. Yeah, that's where he's at. You're just missing him. He's on the other one. Corey, Chase is looking for you. All right, y'all, come on in. Really appreciate you. If you guys are on the YouTube screen, hit that thumbs up. If you're over on the TikTok screen, tap that screen. Gifting, always helpful. Send those heart me's. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. It's too late, Corey. I already did it. Sorry. Oh, the podcast airs tomorrow. I just released a little clip from the podcast today on TikTok and YouTube. So, yep, and podcast will drop tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Make sure you guys. No, I have it tomorrow, Zoe, which just means I have to be off really, really early today. So I didn't know if I'd be able to get on today, but I have a little bit of time. So I do have a little bit of time. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing today? I'm from Yorkshire, and I'm looking for a debate.
You're from the local VPK. That's where you're from. The pot'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that. Yeah, you're from the local like freaking like fertility clinic. Like you need to grow up before you talk to me. Anyways, yeah, he's a baby. Yeah, he's a baby. Oh my goodness, just open. Just open. All right, we're gonna get this thing going. Really appreciate y'all. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing.
that the same child? Maga, please take care of your children.
We are sure.
Please take care of your children so I don't have to. It is very strange when I have to continually take care of your children. You know? Yeah. Go get your mom, put your mom on. Okay? Go get your mom, put your mom on. Or your dad, I guess. Hello, how are you?
Hello there.
Nope. Hello, how are you?
Hello, it's Robert from Yorkshire.
And dude, that kid has 18 fucking TikTok accounts. That's pretty impressive. Like, you're out of school. Go ride your bike, go touch grass. Like, go do something. Like, I mean, you sound like you're probably like, like 13. Like, why don't you go, talk to a girl or something? You know? Lauren asked, do I get any real debates anymore? Yeah, I actually had like a night full of them last night. Like I wasn't on for like super long, but I got into like 3 like really like pretty in-depth debates last night, funny enough. Or no, 2 or 3. I know 2 like really long ones cuz I'm clipping those for later. And so yeah, I had quite a, I still get them, and I had 2 the night before, but those were kind of weird. One guy got into talking about aliens, like a lot about aliens. It was really they're under the Arctic ice caps. They're cutting boats in half. Legacy, no, I do not read the chat, and so in case you're wondering, no, I don't do that. Tunes has ever ran into anybody who claims to be FBA? Yes, I have. They're idiots. Yep. They're like they're kind of like I kind of relate them in my head to like sovereign citizens. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the same vibe they give me. Like you're real adamant and you don't know much. You got told something and you think it works and it really doesn't. You know? That's just how I feel. That they give me the exact same vibe. Now, granted, sovereign citizens are a lot more fun. I literally got like addicted to watching like cops pulling over sovereign citizens and watching and like I'm like not a fan of the police, but when they run into a sovereign citizen, I'm like 100% rooting for the police. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they're like, I'm not operating a commercial vehicle, I'm like, I hope that cop throws you on the ground and like and it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want him to like unalive you or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want him to like, I don't want him to like act, like commit any crimes, but I hope like it hurts when you get yanked out. Like I really do. Oh, and when they go to and when they go to court and they try to tell the judge that shit, oh my god, I can watch that shit all fucking day, dude. I can watch that shit all fucking day. It's like the literal best. Law, you wrote your long paper on sovereign citizens? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's wild. I don't That's wild. Dude. Dude, and it got so bad with me watching like the sovereign citizens that it started recommending stuff to me. And I ended up getting into uh oh yeah, I started getting into like inmates talking about their time in prison and the crazy shit that happens there. It took a turn. For sure. It took a turn. So, Beth said, I can't find your podcast. Well, the podcast is like up for you to follow on all the platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all the stuff. The first episode doesn't come out till tomorrow. So if you're looking for the first episode, that doesn't come out till tomorrow. But if you want to just follow it so you're alerted when the episode comes out and all that sort of stuff, it's the Polypolitics podcast. Okay? It's on Apple and it's on Spotify. I know it's findable because I can see how many people have already followed. So actually the symbol, here I can throw this on the screen. The symbol on it looks exactly like this, except for it says podcast on it. It looks exactly like that, but it says podcast on it pretty much. So that's how it looks. But it's there. So it's not Polypolitics, it's the Polypolitics podcast. Lots of peace. So, yeah. Please follow it. First episode out tomorrow. Should be exciting. Clips already coming out for it. So, I wonder if I can put that on my link tree, like a link to the podcast. I wonder if I could. I can try. I can see if I can do that.
Hello there.
Maybe. Excuse me, sir. I was talking. Yeah,
So
I
was
can
I.
try. All right, then bye.
Watch your mouth, young man.
All right. So yeah, maybe I can put the I don't know how to do it. Like I'd have to figure out how to do it. But I had to figure out how to do it. But anyways, it's there. Polypolitics, like I can probably put it into Spotify right here and find it. Considering I don't even follow my own podcast over here. I don't even know if I can. See if I can do it. Anyways, y'all, if you still support Trump, you can join the guest request box or you can call another number that's above my head. Yeah, I found it on Spotify. That's good. Yeah, I think last time I checked, I had like 50. I think I had like. Yeah, it's not on Apple Music. It's on Apple Podcasts, which is a different app. So if you're looking on Apple Music, you won't be able to find it. But it's on Apple Podcasts. It's just Apple has it separated. So, but yeah, literally, I just posted a clip today. There'll be more clips coming too. Super awesome stuff. So, yeah. But anyhow, I'll see if I can pull it up over here. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I thought Polly was a girl's name.
Please, dude, like, just go try to get laid or something. You're really not good at this. The Polypolitics. Yeah, I literally just typed it into the search bar on Spotify. I typed the Polypolitics, and I'm the first thing that pops up. Yeah, it's the first thing that pops up for me. So it's definitely there. Ari, it didn't give me it didn't say, do you want to turn it on? It says you have to go click 3 buttons to turn it off. Yeah. It said you had to go click like 3 buttons to turn it off. So apparently TikTok Studio has a new feature to, like when I have people like call in and they start saying words they shouldn't be saying. Apparently it's going to start bleeping those for me. I don't know. So if you start hearing weird bleeps, it just started doing that. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of weird. Dude, it just turned, I just logged on and it was like, I logged on and it was just like, oh, we're doing this. Yeah, I don't know. I literally just logged on. Hold on, I gotta turn on my fan real quick. One sec. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't. It just turned on for me. I have no idea. So, guys, if YouTube would push me the way it was before, like 6 months ago, I would have no problem leaving whatsoever. But funny enough, are we gonna practice? Should I just say a curse word to see if it does it? I don't curse like, I curse as a part of language. I don't do it just like to curse. I do it to accentuate. So I just fuck. Did that do anything? Yeah, on-demand cursing is really wild. Nope, went through. Everybody heard it? All right. Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna bleep everything, I'm just gonna start playing NWA on the show and just, just going off. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say any slurs. Okay. I'm not gonna say any slurs to see if it works. Say a kinky curse word? Nah, you'd like that too much. Y'all, as you guys are coming in, like I said, please tap that screen if you're on TikTok. Hit that thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you still support Trump, join the guest request box or call on the number that's above my head. And we'll try to get into some conversations. If not, we'll have some fun. Yeah, kinky curse word was a very specific request. I mean, one which I would be, I'm slightly tempted to fulfill. Not gonna lie, I don't know what a kinky curse word is. I mean, I guess they're all kind of kinky if you try hard enough, you know. Not for free. Not for free. I should be charging. uh yeah. Yeah, DeBlues, like apparently Parker's saying that, but a bunch of other lives it's doing it for them. Like it doesn't seem to be very consistent. It doesn't seem to be very consistent. Well, I guess this works again though for some reason. Chase, thank you so much for the 6-7. Or no, is that the that's a yeah. Was that a six? No, that's our the 39 cent. Oh no, that's our the gold coin. Thank you for the gold coin. At least that part's working, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is my first time on since it happened. So we'll see how it works. We'll see once I get an actual guest that's not some, lonely freaking child whose parents don't love him that's trying to pretend like they're a British person. So we'll see once we get a decent conversation how that works. Yeah, we'll see how that works. Yeah. Which I'm sure we'll get one eventually. Did I fix the system so Bill can be co-host here? No, I did not fix it. First of all, the system worked just fine the week before for Queen, and then all of a sudden it didn't work for Bill. So I don't really know. Like it just works sometimes and then it just doesn't work sometimes. And it'll literally, like, I remember what happened with Matt was on with me. It worked earlier that day when we tested it. We went away and then later on that evening it wasn't working. So, nope, I haven't had time to do any of that shit. So, I haven't had time to do any of that shit, unfortunately. But Bill can always come up on the panel if he wants. I was gonna bring him up last night, but by the time I got ready to bring him up, he was gone. Yeah, by the time I got ready to bring him up, he was gone. Sad face. So, but that one will work. It just won't work with him on the big screen like that unless I put him into a different program, which he doesn't have access to yet. So there's workarounds, but yeah. Um. Okay, sorry, I was reading something. You could always have them on camera through Discord. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can have them on camera. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can have them on camera. But I just haven't worked any of them yet. Yeah, I just haven't worked them on anything yet, so um so yeah, we'll get there when we get there, I guess. We'll get there. We'll figure it out later. It ain't that serious. Like I said, I had Matt on. We had to work him through Call in Studio. I had Queen V on. Hers just worked fine. So, yeah, it's yeah, we'll have him on. We'll have him on sometime next week. It won't be that big of a deal, guys. I don't think neither I nor Bill are going anywhere. I don't think either of us are going anywhere. So we'll um yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get on a time. We don't got to rush it. So yeah, but yeah, so we'll get it figured out. We'll get there. Y'all, again, make sure you guys tap that screen, hit that if you guys hit that follow button if you haven't already. Tap that screen. If you still support Trump, you can call in on the number that's above my head or join the guest request box, and we'll get this thing going. I'm not expecting much. I'm usually on like much later at night, but you know, I figured I'd jump on for a little bit since I had nothing else going on. Yeah. But yeah, I want to get it set up where I can actually have some more people on. I want to do it at least once or twice a week, but it just hasn't worked out that way. We have some other people that I want to get on the show too. Yeah, there's a couple other people I really want to get on the show, so yeah, we'll get it taken care of. We'll get it there. We'll get it there. We always figure it out eventually. I know my screen looked weird. I don't have my lighting on in the background. I knew my screen looked weird. There we go. That's a lot better. Have I ever been on Jubilee? No. I have not. I'm thinking, I don't know. I would go on Jubilee, but I don't think it's like my calling type of thing. It's not really like my calling. Like I'll probably end up on there eventually, but yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I'd be fine on there. Again, it's just not what I want to do. Like I want to do my podcast. I want to do a lot more on the ground stuff. Like I'm already like planning a whole trip to do like a special like Juneteenth episode of the podcast and stuff like that. So again, maybe one day I'll be on there, but but yeah, it's not. I'm not like, oh, I have to go. Like I have to go. Like I'm not. I'll go one day when I'm ready, or when the right thing comes up. You know. So I'll figure it out. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 45.
Awesome. You still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Did you ask why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's probably like a cumulative case of reasons. I guess you'd want like one at a time, so I could give you, one of my strong, what I deem a defensible position. So
Well, I
one
mean,
of the
if
reasons
you
is because,
well, you just hold on, I thought you were asking me a question there. I don't specific. I mean, one reason
oh,
is
you're
fine
good.
if that's the way you want to do it. I mean, I'd be very interested to
Yeah.
hear your cumulative reason.
Yeah. Well, I guess, we could just start with one of them that I was kind of recently studying, um, was Trump's position on gender. I think that is preferable to Kamala's.
His position on gender.
Yeah, I hold the view that trans women are not women. Certain views about certain spaces and whatnot. Kamala generally disagrees with that, so that's something that he aligns more with me on.
So hold on. Just to be clear, you still support Trump with all of the crazy shit going on with our economy and it being in the dumps, the going to war that we didn't have to, and American soldiers dying, right? Like him building a ballroom, him locking away children in freaking pretty much concentration camps, right? As like hostages without due process. And all you care about is how he feels about gender. Who the fuck gives a shit how he feels about gender?
No, no. You're maybe misunderstanding me. I'm saying that there is a cumulative case of reasons as to why I support him. It's not just this one. This is just one defensible reason that I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this
So
view
I
makes
asked
sense. This
you
says
for
this
the
view is logical.
Yeah, so I asked you for your cumulative reason. You said you didn't want to give me that. You wanted to give me one. And of anything in the world that you could give me, you gave me something that does not matter to literally anyone.
Well, be careful. Don't say it doesn't matter to anybody because that's technically not true. But aside from that,
No, it
yeah,
does.
the
It
reason that I
no.
bring
Who
this
does
up
it
is
matter
because
to?
sure, it would matter to, let's say that there are women who maybe feel like this is not a logical or coherent or
No,
even
that's how they
justified
feel. What
position
is
to
how Donald
include.
Trump feels about it? How does that help? Who the fuck cares what Donald Trump feels about something? I don't give a shit what Donald Trump feels about it. Like honestly, like I completely disagree with what Donald Trump feels about it. But Donald Trump's feeling on it doesn't affect a singular person. Now, if he does action
Sure, it's
towards it,
not
that affects people. But his feelings on gender don't mean anything.
his position on it. Okay, it's not just like, oh, Trump feels happy, Trump feels sad. I'm saying that in virtue of the fact that Trump internally holds a position, he's going to do things like pass certain executive orders. It's going to set a standard
You
in
don't pass
society, right? It's going
executive
to be about
orders.
that standard that's being set, and which I believe, according to the research that I've done, that the trans inclusive view is A, not logical, and B, potentially,
I don't care what your feelings
has
of
many
logic
flaws in it.
are. Donald Trump has passed one executive order when it comes to trans people, and it was the removal of trans people from the NCAA when it came to trans people that were competing. What is the full number of people that were removed from the NCAA based off of being trans?
The amount of people that were removed. Well, I know that competing, there was like 9 people competing or something.
Gotcha. Yeah. So there
And
was
then,
10. Can you name any of them?
yeah. No, I didn't view that as necessary.
Okay, gotcha. So there's 10 people in a country of 350 million people, okay,
Mhm.
that were removed from sports that you can't name. And that's the first
Yeah, I
thing
don't
that
see
you
why
want
the
to
name
talk
would be
about?
relevant.
No, you don't know the names
No,
because
it's
no,
about the
no.
standard.
I
So it's
agree
not
with you, sir.
that.
I agree with you, sir. No, I 100% agree with you on that statement. You didn't know their names because this entire topic is completely irrelevant. It's a non-topic. It's a pointless thing to talk about. I have no will to sit here and listen, okay? I have no will to sit here and listen when we're at war, when our economy is shit, when people are being treated like less than human beings in fucking detention centers, being treated without fucking, without due process, when Donald Trump's in violation of like what, 7 different parts of the Constitution, right? Several different amendments to the Constitution and parts within the Constitution, right? Different articles of the Constitution too, right? He's a violation of all the thing. I just have no will to have a conversation with you about how Donald Trump feels about 10 people. Like it just
Okay,
doesn't
number
like
one,
it,
it's
it
not
means
just
nothing.
about 10 people. That's a
How many trans people
misrepresentation
do you know?
of my position.
How many trans people do you know?
How many, How many do I know? Yeah, I mean, like, no. I guess it depends what you mean by no.
Okay, so
Do you
that
mean, like,
answer
in my
is
personal
zero.
life?
So that answer is zero. You know zero, right? If you have to quantify it like that, the answer is zero. Okay, so literally,
No, I
your
know
number
trans
one
people
thing to
like
talk
Caitlyn
about
Jenner.
is literally
I
trans people that you don't know and can't name.
No, that is a misrepresentation. If you would properly represent my position, that would
No,
be
sir,
convenient.
sir,
But it
sir.
seems
You,
like
you
you're
seem to
not going to
you
engage
seem
in
to be a little
debate.
confused here. You seem to be a little confused here. Okay. You seem to be a little confused here. I 100% understand your position. I am saying that their entire premise around your position is pointless and irrelevant. Okay? I
Okay,
understand your
let's
position.
assess that.
Here's your position. Your position is, okay, that you're a bigot, right? And your position is due to that bigotry. It is necessary for you to try to punch down on people in the community, people within communities, all right, that you feel that you can punch down on and get away with, right? Because you feel
Or
that
possibly it's
you're
that I
able
think
to
that truth
take,
is good.
you feel that because they're trans people represent like less than 1% of 1% of the entire population, right?
That's not
Because
true. It's
that
more.
makes them an easy target so that you're able to punch down on those people, right? And you're willing to say that you support Trump for his ability to punch down on those people, right? And so now you want to bring it up to me so that you can sit here and do it in front of people where you can punch down on people. Right? That's the whole reason
No,
that you
so
want to do it, because this thing is irrelevant. The the entire bathroom argument is completely stupid, because if you're going to the bathroom to look at other people's genitals, then you should be in
they didn't
fucking
bring a
prison.
bathroom.
You should be in fucking prison. Okay? Period. The sports thing is
Cool.
irrelevant because it literally affected 10 people in the entire NCAA, and the majority of trans people that play sports are literally trans men, people who were born women and then transitioned to men, right? Which MAGA never brings up and never seems to care about. Not to mention the Heritage Foundation did a study on it, and to see
You're going to
how
have to
many
let me
trans people
respond at
that
some
this
point.
was actually affecting, and literally they couldn't find a single state with even double digits of trans people competing in any state in the United States at the high school level, with most states them finding under 3. This is a non-issue. Okay. And you want to make it an issue because the only thing that you have to actually support Trump on is his hate for people that don't look like you.
Okay, look, let's address a few points real quick. So number one,
No, I don't want to
believe that
address a
truth
few points
matters.
with you.
I think that when
I think
you're
I made that very clear that I do not want to address any of these points with you. I don't know how much more clear I can make
so
it.
so you are unable to defend the left position on gender. You're running.
Sure, no, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit.
You
See,
know
that's the
you're
cool
running.
thing.
Okay, so you
Sir,
know that
that's
this
a
is
cool
all a big
thing.
red
Sir,
herring.
that's a
You do
cool
realize
thing.
that what you're
All right, I'm muting you now. Okay. You don't seem to understand what I'm telling you here. And maybe there's not enough, maybe there's not enough brain cells in here that's bouncing around for you to comprehend what I'm saying. Okay? I'm not here to to defend the left's position on gender, because the left's position on gender is that people should mind their own fucking business. The left's position on gender is that people should mind their own fucking business, and that people should be able to live whatever life they fucking want as long as it's not hurting other people, right? So by me telling you that this is a non-issue and I'm not going to argue with you, what I'm telling you is to mind your own fucking business, which is the left's position on gender. What you want me to argue with on is what the right says the left's position on gender is. You don't want me to argue the actual position of the left on gender. Well, you want me to argue what the right has made up to say is the left's position on gender. And then you want me to own that. I'm not going to own your made up narrative. All right? I have no will to do that. So if you want to go and talk about something else, I'd be more than happy to talk about it. If you have dick on the mind so fucking bad that you just refuse to talk about anything but, what you consider men and women's sports or in bathrooms, if you just got dick on the mind so much that that's all you want to talk about, then go talk about it on someone else's live. I don't care.
I have truth on the line, on my mind. That's what I have. And you know that it's not truthful, the left's position, generally speaking, on gender.
I already
that's
told
why
you the
you're
left's
dodging.
position on gender, and you weren't listening. Okay?
Statistically, the left does believe that trans women are women. You know that that's true.
Yeah, trans women can be women. We don't really give a shit.
Yeah, and you don't have a good
I don't give a
justification
shit. You
for
can
that,
be
do
a woman. You want to be a woman? I don't care. You want me to call you by a different name? Couldn't
Yeah,
give a shit. You want new
then how do you
pronouns?
define
Could
a
not
woman?
care less. You can be whatever the
woman
fuck
based
you
on
want to
that.
be. And honestly, from somebody on the right, as long as y'all stop touching children, I really couldn't give a shit what you want me to call you. Okay,
I could be
I
Native
really,
American and get somebody insurance,
honestly, truly, if
benefits.
you guys would just stop doing that, I really could just give a shit about what you want me to call you. Okay, because
Okay, I identify as Native
because it's
American,
not
give me
a
insurance
left or
benefits.
right position. Okay, there like ancient Judaism had like 8 different genders, 6 or 8 different genders. Okay, this isn't new. Gender is a social construct. Gender has always been a social construct. This is a new position from people that never read a history book that think that that's different. All right. So the
Well,
left, they've just
I'm not.
read a book before. Okay. They've read books to understand that gender has always been a social construct. And now you guys come in and go, well, I don't like that because that makes my fifis hurt. And the left position is, I don't really give a shit. What the fuck is up with your fifis, dude? Like, I really don't care,
Listen,
bro.
I don't want to start having to use a bunch of jargon because I'm going to be
I don't
completely
give a
honest. It
fuck
doesn't
what
seem
you
like you're
want to
very familiar
fucking
with
use.
logic.
I'm sorry.
It does
Maybe
not seem like you're familiar
it's
with
so
logic.
funny. Have you heard of
But-
the word consent before?
Yes, have you?
Yes, I use it all the time. So when I tell you, okay, I don't want to fucking talk to you about this because it is a non-issue and you can keep talking about it, that is not understanding consent, okay? I have zero will to listen to you put down a marginalized group of people because every time you see a trans person, your little pee-pee jumps and it makes you fucking feel weird, and now you want to sit here and argue against it. I have zero will to talk to you about that, which means I am not going to talk to you about it. No matter how many little fucking, oh, you're running, or oh, this, no matter how many of those little quips that you think can do, I am a grown man. Those things don't work on me, and I have zero fucking will to talk to you about it. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it
Okay,
as you're putting it
perfect.
down.
So
Have
if
a
you
good day.
have something else to talk about, go ahead and talk about it. If not, you can take your little fucking steps and you can fuck all the way off the fuck my life. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you. So why do you support Trump that's not trying to freaking beat down on a marginalized community? And he left. Exactly. Exactly. Because that is the only thing that Trump supporters actually have to stand on. Happy Pride, everyone, by the way. That is the only thing that Trump supporters actually have to stand on. Okay? Is taking fucking communities that are marginalized, all right, and beating them down. He can't name one person that Trump's executive order affected. Not one. He doesn't know a single trans person in real life. Yet the only reason he supports Donald Trump is because of trans issues. If you're going to come talk to me about fucking Donald Trump, you're going to stand on his fucking economy. You're going to stand on his you're going to stand on his fucking immigration policy that's putting children in fucking unlivable conditions. You're going to stand on his fucking war policy of fucking starting war and killing the fucking American citizens and spending all this money. You're going to talk about his horrible economy. You're not going to come up here and just fucking punch down for an hour. Okay? It's not going to fucking happen. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. All right. I really, really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Make sure you guys hit that follow button or hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you guys would like support, I do have a little bubblegum gift goal. Let's see if we can get started on that. I'd appreciate it. Heart me's are also awesome. I saw the gifts over there too, and I can do this again. Raging Butterfly, thank you so much for the happy pride. I really appreciate that. Evelyn, thank you so much for the star. Matt, thank you so much for the chili. Steady Cruising, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Said, great job. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate that, Steady. Thank you so much. And Capo, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Big W's in the chat for Capo, for Steady Cruising, for the people who just sent those bubblegums, Jen, Leo, and somebody sent one earlier. I'm sorry I didn't catch it, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate y'all. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. By the way, was anything bleeped in that? Just out of curiosity. I can't hear it, so I'm just wondering. No, not a single thing. Not a single thing in all of that. Y'all, if you still support Trump, you can join the guest request box, or you can call it on the number that's above my head. I appreciate you. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's super funny to me. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
32.
Are you okay, man?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. You sound like real, like depressed, like Eeyore over there. Like, how old are you? Hi. 32. Just like, man, like smile, bro. It's Thursday. Week's almost over.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, you sound a lot better now, man. Just sound like a real rough 32 over there. So anyways, do you still support Trump?
Yep.
Awesome. Why is that?
I think the border's in a better situation than it was
How?
because there's less encounters now than there was.
Okay. I'm sorry. There's a lot of background noise going on. I apologize.
Sorry, I was walking.
Okay, yeah, if you could just cut that out, I appreciate it. Yeah, so there's less encounters, but less encounters is just the border patrol that border patrol stopping people that aren't supposed to be here, that are inadmissibles, that they kick out.
So why were there more encounters?
Because there was under Biden.
Yeah.
Because there was more people showing up, so there was more people for the border patrol to remove.
So why was there more people showing up?
Because of the backup after Title 42 and COVID did not help.
So then why is there less people showing up now?
There was less people showing up by the time the Biden administration even got out of office. I think there was down to like, I think it was less than 40,000 encounters by the time even Biden showed up, and it was continuing.
It's less than that now.
Well, sir, if you'd like me to continue, I was just getting ready to tell you.
I mean, am I wrong though?
No. Can I finish now?
No, you can't.
Well, you asked me why is there less now, and I'm trying to answer that question for you.
Obviously, you can finish.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it. Just didn't know if, maybe you had something to say that was really, really important in the middle of my sentence, but that's fine. What I was saying is, yeah, are there less encounters? Sure, but less encounters doesn't actually mean much, right? There's less people showing up because the backlog is gone. The effects of COVID have slowed down. And then on top of that, right, encounters, a lot of encounters happen due to asylum seeking. And now Donald Trump has essentially shut down asylum seeking at the southern border. So every single person that was coming to seek asylum is no longer coming to seek asylum. That doesn't really have much to do with the security at the border, because asylum seekers get background checks and all of those things, right? So we knew who was coming in. They were getting court dates, right? What I would like to see is the number of apprehensions go up, right? Because those are people that, are caught in between border entries and other things like that. That would actually show me a lot. And those are actually down. Apprehensions are down at the southern border.
Okay, but I mean, would you say the border issue is better now than it was?
Absolutely not, no.
How so?
Right, because there's been nothing actually meaningful that actually happened to actually fix our immigration system.
So,
I think that people
so
get
what
very...
was meaningful? Yeah, I can sit here in silence too.
I'm not trying to sit here in silence, sir. I was in the middle of my sentence again.
Okay.
Yeah. May I finish it again?
Yes, you may. Good boy.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We need actual fixes to our immigration laws, and that actually hasn't happened. Building things like a wall doesn't fix our immigration system, right? Putting more border patrol agents might help a little bit, but it doesn't really fix our immigration system. Adding a whole bunch of ICE agents does nothing to help our immigration system whatsoever, right? All of the things that we actually need to do to fix our immigration system, Donald Trump's not doing it. And the reason why is because Donald Trump isn't actually trying to fix our immigration system, right? He's trying to scare people. he's trying to, harm people. He's trying to do cruel things to people. That's why he's doing things like building these horrific detention centers, why he's sending people to countries that they're not from, why he's paying, countries like El Salvador to put people in notorious torture prisons, right? Why he's sending ICE agents into schools and onto school buses, right? Going into people's, people that, using the IRS for people that work here, taking people that have been here for, 20, 30 years maybe of their lives, maybe since they were just infants, and attacking them. This is why they have no problem sending ICE out to attack civilians like they did in Minnesota, and which is even worse in Delaney Hall in New Jersey, like right now. So yeah, the point is not anything to do with actual immigration. It's to just build up this paramilitary force that they can go around to use to intimidate, mostly American citizens.
So you think Donald Trump is just intimidating American citizens? That's your standpoint?
Well, he's intimidating American citizens and immigrants. Yeah. He's intimidating everybody.
Are you intimidated?
Am I intimidated personally?
Yeah.
No, not easily. No, I'm not intimidated. I'm saying
why not?
Because I'm not easily intimidated.
Well, I think the majority of the country is not intimidated by Trump. No matter your beliefs.
It's not a matter of being intimidated by Trump. It's the attempt that counts in this one. It's kind of like
I don't think he's attempting to intimidate people.
It's kind of like horseshoes, right? Like you're just in the attempt, right? When you're sending your little secret police ICE agents out to the streets, right? And they're beating up people and they're stopping people from trying to recording, right? Or they're detaining people for just sitting in their cars and doing things like that. They're attempting to intimidate people, right? Because he thinks that American citizens are weak and are going to be intimidated by him, and they're not, right? They're standing up against him, especially, like I said, the people at Delaney Hall, New Jersey right now, who are standing up for the rights of other people, right? Like our friend Adam Cray, who is out there, who's been pepper sprayed, hit with batons. A guy out there was standing up for human rights and got pushed in front of a truck and got, both of his legs broken by ICE, right?
Can I, just a quick question. How many people has Trump deported?
The deportation numbers from last year looked around 600,000.
And then how many people did Obama deport?
Much more than that.
Right. So then do you think Obama did everything by the book?
By the book? What book?
The law?
By the law? I'm sure there were some problems with the law in there. I know that we had stuff with
as far as the change.
Huh?
How do you know that?
Well, we had a thing with, detentions, that happened under the Obama administration. The left was very adamant about changing that. And that was a policy change that happened under the Obama administration, right?
Do you think it was as big of a coverage as it is now?
Oh, yeah, it was at the time, 100%.
No, that's not true.
I'm sorry, how old are you? You said 32?
Why does it matter?
Well, because it doesn't seem like you were old enough to remember how big of a deal it was, because it was a huge deal.
But it wasn't. How old are you?
I'll be 40 this year.
Okay. So how old were you when it was a big deal?
In my early 20s.
No, you weren't, because Obama took office in 2008.
Yeah, and I would have been 22 in 2008.
You were 22 in 2008.
22, is that right? I was born in 1986. Sounds right.
So 2008, I was 14, and I'm 32.
Right, which means that when people were protesting and the ACLU sued them, okay, and literally we had mass protests outside of facilities, massive lawsuits from multiple groups on the left in order to go against Obama's immigration policies. You were in middle school and I was grown, so I remember it and you don't.
But you don't.
So now you're telling me what I remember. That's impressive.
Correct. But that's what you do. I mean, you just tell me what I know, but that's the truth. The media
didn't tell you what you know. I didn't tell you what you know and what you don't know.
The media did not.
I asked you how old you were,
and I'm wondering if you cover his wrongdoings like they do, quote unquote, Trump's.
Sure. How much CNN were you watching at 14?
I wasn't watching CNN.
Oh, what were you watching?
Nothing.
You weren't watching anything?
No.
Oh, okay. So I was watching the news.
Do I have to watch something to get my news?
No, but if you're telling me the news didn't cover it, then you would have to be watching the news to know they didn't cover it.
Is there the internet?
Like that's the whole point. Like, yeah,
do you think there's internet?
In order for you to say they didn't cover it. Oh, so you were just reading the New York Times at 14?
I was reading plenty of articles. Yes.
You were reading comic books, bro. Like, let's stop here, dude. Like,
So how are you going to tell me what I was reading?
Sir, you can still find the articles online now. The articles from back then still exist online now.
But you know it wasn't a big deal back then. You know it was.
No, I know it was. Yep.
You know it wasn't a big deal. You know that.
There's literally freaking like literal video of Obama talking on stage and people protesting at his face and him having to address the protesting of people that was happening like at his rallies.
So do you think the media treated Obama the same as Trump?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, they treated Obama much worse.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You know that's crazy, right?
The
media was Obama was the media's darling.
They did about 2 years worth of articles. Right?
And I don't think Obama's a bad dude, to be honest with you.
Hey. They did 2 years work on Obama talking about how he was unpresidential, right? And that how he shouldn't belong in the presidency because of a tan fucking suit. Because of a tan fucking suit. Okay? Donald Trump just sued the American taxpayers to put money in his own pocket, and half the media outlets are saying that's a good thing. All right? Literally half of media outlets out there are justifying
what are the media outlets?
war
Which
that
ones?
we don't even need to be in.
Which ones?
Right? Like, what are you talking about, sir?
Which ones?
Literally for the first 5 years of Obama being the presidency, the biggest thing with Obama was that we need to see his birth certificate because half the news was, or more than
I'm not
half the
talking
news
about that.
was saying that he wasn't even an American citizen. Donald Trump is a literal felon and gets called a felon. Obama got called fucking a non-US citizen with no proof. This is a joke, right? Who got treated worse? This is a joke, right?
I never said anything about getting treated worse.
You said got treated worse by the media. That's literally what we were talking about.
Dude, come on. You're just being ignorant. You're being ignorant.
Who got treated worse by the media? And now you're saying we're not talking about who got treated worse? That was your literal question.
You're being ignorant. You know that Donald Trump was treated worse by the.
No, Donald Trump was treated accurately.
Donald Trump's
just a much worse person. So when he gets treated accurately, it looks worse. See, Obama wasn't committing crimes. So when people were saying bad things about Obama, okay, they were lies that were made up by the media. When people say Donald Trump is fucking, like a 34 times felon, that's just reporting the news. Okay, when they say he's in the freaking Epstein files 100,000 times, that's just reporting the news. When they say he's literally being given money by foreign state actors, right, in order to get benefits from the United States, or building a fucking crypto coin in order to funnel money into the United States from literal people that were in terrorist groups, that's just accurately reporting the news. Okay? It's that Donald Trump's just shitty, so when you accurately report the news, it sounds really bad because he's bad.
So you think Obama, doing all the drone strikes was without congressional approval, was legal?
He actually did have congressional approval.
He didn't, though.
Yes, he did.
He didn't.
Yes, after 9/11, Congress gave the authority for the U.S. president to have a certain autonomy when it came to strikes in the Middle East. Okay, certain autonomy when it came to strikes in the Middle East. When it came to actors. Sir, are you going to let me finish explaining it to you?
Because you're an idiot. You know that's not true.
You don't know if I'm an idiot because you don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I can tell you're an idiot.
Your inability to comprehend, okay, what's going on does not make me an idiot. Okay? Shh.
You can shush me all you want. I
but you're an idiot. Now be quiet.
No.
Okay, well then go away.
Okay.
Because I'm either going to finish my sentence with you here or not. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish your. I
am. Now be quiet.
Sentence.
Okay. So, because Congress gave him authorization, he was legally allowed to do that. Now, with that said, I don't agree that Congress should have given him that authorization. I think we should have pulled that authority from the president before Obama got into office. All right. That I agree with. I don't believe he ever should have had the authority to do that. Okay. But let's also be clear that in the 8 years Obama was president, he still did less drone strikes than Donald Trump did in his first term alone. Donald Trump did more drone strikes in his first term alone than Obama did in his entire 8-year presidency. All right.
Can I teacup real quick?
For what?
I want to look something up.
What would you like to look up? Tell me what you're going to look up, and I'll let you do that.
If Obama had congressional approval.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, give me a second.
I'm trying to remember the exact name of the the authorization for use of military force in response to 9/11. Senate vote 98-0, House vote 420-1. This is from Congress. U.S. War Powers Framework. The framers of the Constitution perfectly divided powers. Article 1 grants Congress several powers related to the use of force, including... Oh, let me put it on the screen for everybody to read. Sorry, I won't be rude here. I'll put it on the screen for everybody to read. Including the powers to declare war, raise and support army, provide navy, and regulate the armed forces, and issues letters of marking and reprisal. Article 2, blah, 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 blah. Statutory authorizations for the use of military force. Scope of the president's power to use military forces and authorization of the U.S. force. AUMFs is a matter of statutory interpretation. Congress has passed joint regulations granting AUMFs that gave the president extensive authority to use force, and administrations have generally interpreted these grants of authorization broadly. They were early in the Supreme Court when the executive branch heavily relied on congressional authorization to use this force. Since September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks that cited the two AUMFs. The 2001 AUMF would authorize the president to use all necessary and appropriate force against those nations, organizations, or persons he determined planned, authorized, committed, or aided the terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11, 2001.
Well, Obama wasn't president during that.
It doesn't matter.
But so did a terrorist attack happen while he was president?
Yes, they did, and still doesn't matter.
So then it doesn't matter for Trump then?
No, it didn't. They never repealed it, which I already said that they should have. And it
So then
depends
why
on
do
what
people
you're.
give Trump?
It depends
So then
on
why
what
do
you're
people
talking.
give?
Hold
Can
on.
you let
It
me
depends
finish?
on what you're talking about.
Can you let me finish? So why do people? Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish?
You can finish
Can
after
you
I
let me
finish what I'm
finish?
saying. Yes, as soon as I finish what I'm saying.
Why do you have to
Iran-
finish?
Sir, I know you've never let anyone finish before you before, okay? But for just a second, okay? Thank you.
Nice. Good one, bro.
Iran doesn't fall under the 2001
Cornball.
AUMF, okay? Just thought I'd let you know that. Before
Say
you
that
make
again, I'm
whatever
sorry.
argument you want.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Iran doesn't fall under the 2001 AUMF
Why not?
because they weren't one of the countries that were listed. That's why I was trying to say what I was trying to say before you said something, because I knew what you were about to say, and I was trying to answer your question before you got there. And you know who else it doesn't fall under? Venezuela. Yeah, it doesn't help for that one either.
So you think Obama was so it was fine, even though he didn't
don't believe it's fine. I personally do not.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking personally. I'm asking generally, like legally speaking.
Legally, he was authorized to do it. Yes.
Right.
And even on that legality of that, there is some, form of gray area in there, right? Where some legal scholars, but they was challenged in court. They said he had the authorization to do it based off of this. So
even though he didn't have to go through Congress, right?
Congress had already pre-authorized it. And if Congress wanted to, at any point in time, Congress could have rescinded the 2001 AUMF. And then he would have lost authorization, and Congress chose not to rescind it.
So you think Trump bombing is? Can I say that or no? Can I not say that?
Iran?
I'm saying bombing. Can I?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
So you think that going around Congress is bad? Not using congressional approval is bad?
what he's doing, how is what he's doing a retaliation for, a retaliation or in response to September 11th?
Well, it's not a response. It's a preemptive thing.
Yeah, none of this says that you can preemptively strike just because you think they might do another 9/11. This is specifically in relation to the 9/11 that already happened.
So let me ask you this. So if you received intelligence, say you were the president, if you received intelligence that they were going to, strike our country in a drastic way, would you do anything to stop it?
Yes, and the president does have authorization to do that, right?
So
the
what?
president,
Then he did.
does have no, but that's not what we're doing here.
How is that not what he's doing?
Because after 60 days, the president is required to explain, either get congressional approval, or they have to pull out of the war, and they haven't done that.
Well, didn't Congress just vote to pull out of the war?
No, they didn't. They voted not to actually do a war powers restriction on them.
So what does that mean?
They decided not to freaking enforce the law that they're supposed to under the Constitution.
So they decided not to enforce the law. So what are you saying?
Yeah, they're what Congress has been doing for a lot of the time that they've been in the presidency, right? They're literally ceding their power to the presidency for no reason.
Oh, so they're agreeing with the president.
Nope.
So then I thought you were just saying they're not pulling out of the war.
Oh, they're not agreeing with it. Agreeing would be passing a resolution saying he can do it, right? That's not what they're doing. They're just refusing to say something that is restricting. So they're just staying out of it.
Oh, so it's okay if they just stay out of it.
No, it's not okay.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm good.
You seem to see this like this a little different. We are supposed to have co-equal branches of government, right? And it's important for us to have co-equal branches of government.
But that will never be the case, and you know that.
What do you mean that'll never be the case?
How will we ever coexist?
How coexist? I'm not asking for
tribal
coexist.
Politics.
I said co-equal branches of government.
But it will never be co-equal because there's two separate sides of the government.
No, there's three separate sides of the government.
I know,
and they're all supposed to be co-equal. What are you talking
What I'm
about?
saying is, what I'm saying is, do you think there's two separate parties that are intertwined in all of those parts of government?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
How does it have nothing to do with what you're saying?
Because what I am saying is that Congress and Congress alone has the ability to declare war. Okay?
Right.
If Congress agreed with the president and it wanted to declare war on Iran, then Congress has the authorization to do that. Okay? Per the Constitution, they can do that. Okay? That would make them a co-equal branch. That's the Congress saying we are declaring war on this country. Okay? If Congress said, hey, Mr. President, you went over there, you attacked, you said it was imminent, the time's up, you have to either explain to us what you're doing or you need to get out of that country, then that would be the Congress checking the president, putting a check on the executive branch. They're refusing to do that, okay? It was literally just today when I think the House just voted that the president actually has some restrictions on this war. Way after that, they're just now starting to. And what's happening? The president's on Truth Social saying that fucking the Republicans that voted against him and the Democrats who are trying to exercise their right under the Constitution all hate America and want America to fail. Because they just want the president to be restricted to what the executive branch was supposed to be, right? Which is the ability to execute the laws, right? The legislative branch creates it, and the executive branch executes it, okay? But right now, the president is making and executing his own laws, and Congress is not doing their job to restrict them. Even if it's
what laws is he executing?
Even if, okay? Even if, okay?
Can you answer that?
I will answer it when I'm done speaking. Even if it is a fully Republican Congress and a fully Republican president, Okay, the whole entire point is that the Republic, that especially specifically the House of Representatives, but the House of Representatives and the Senate, okay, are supposed to be for the people. Okay, they are supposed to be what is the direct representation of the people. There is a reason why people in the House of Representatives only have 2-year terms. Okay, and that's so that the people can constantly check that branch of government. And when that branch of government, regardless of whether they're Republican, regardless of whether they're Democrat, regardless of what side they fall on, when that group of government just says, hey, we're just going to kind of let the executive branch do whatever the fuck they want and we're not going to intercede, then that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. And if you want to know what laws Donald Trump is just writing for himself, we were supposed to have a full unredacted release of the Epstein files per the law in this country, and Donald Trump has just decided that he's not going to. And not only is he creating his own law on that by doing that, right, and saying that he doesn't have to do exactly what the law demands, but Congress also hasn't checked him on that also.
But what's
right?
the law?
What the law is that he has to release the files.
But you said he created a law. What's the law he created?
He doesn't have the ability to create laws. What I'm saying
that's what
is,
you just said.
Sir, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase what I said so that someone like you can understand what I'm saying.
You would do the same thing.
No, I would not. I'm actually having a pretty genuine conversation with you, and all you've done is cut me off and pretend like you don't understand what I'm saying, or maybe you fucking don't. I have been trying to have a genuine conversation with you the entire time, and you are the only one choosing not to.
I just asked a question that you.
Sir, when I said he's creating his own laws, I don't mean that he is passing law through Congress. I am saying that he is creating his own rules on how the law applies to him and what laws he has to follow, and then following his own law. That's what I mean. When he's doing things like executive, I know it doesn't make sense to you, sir. That's why I need you to be quiet.
I think it's stupid.
I don't care what you think.
Well, it sounded dumb, is all I'm saying.
Sir, you have sounded dumb for the last entire amount that we've had on this conversation, okay? But yet I'm not cutting you off.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just going off what you just said, and it was stupid.
Okay.
Okay, I'll admit I said something stupid if you said sounded dumb.
Sir, you've said most things stupid, okay? What I am saying, when I said he's creating his own law, sir, I was not speaking...
Can you admit you said something dumb?
I am not saying it as he is creating the law, because that is impossible for the president to create a law. Okay, I am saying that he creates his own rules. Just like if I said that's the law in my house. Okay, I don't mean that my house has a legislative branch. Okay, that is drafting policy. All right.
Yeah, but you're not the president.
I'm sorry that the entire extent of the English language is foreign to you. Okay, I am saying that as a way of
when you're talking about the president and speaking about law, you expect, what do you expect me to believe?
That I expect you to have passed a 6th grade civics and English class to understand both the law and colloquial
but I could
language.
say the same thing about you.
It. Like,
I could say the same thing about you. Said that the president was creating his own law. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard, and I called you out on it. And then you try and gaslight me.
I'm not gaslighting you, sir. I am just speaking colloquially. Okay, that's all.
Just admit. Okay, how about this? I will say I said stupid stuff if you said you just said something stupid.
Sorry, gotcha. Okay, sorry. I am sorry that I didn't do a better job of understanding my audience, okay, with speaking the English language to its full extent. I will, for the rest of this fucking conversation, talk to you like you're 4, okay?
Can you just
Since apparently, okay, speaking to you like an adult human being that has an understanding of the English language is too much for you, okay?
Okay, perfect. Can you say I said something stupid?
Yes, and then you said something stupid.
Can you say politics said something stupid?
Well, sir, if I did that, then I would be lying like you.
So I'm lying when I said something stupid?
All right, well, this is digressed into nothing, huh?
Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot. I'm done.
You've said you've done 3 times. I'm still waiting for you to leave.
It was been 1 time. So you're stupid again. I'm out.
Bye. Thought you were leaving. Hurry up, little guy. Come on. Get a move on. Why are you still here? Do you think I'm cute? Is that what it is? Hello? You're still here. Do you know that? He's just hanging out. I don't think he knows how to leave. I don't think he knows how to leave, yet he's calling me stupid. That's pretty funny. That's okay. Should I help him out, guess? Should I help him out, everybody here? Should I send him on his way? All right. I guess you're done for the day. Okay, bud? Bye. I would have kept talking to him. Y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I thought the way I said that made complete sense. If y'all actually thought when I said that he's making his own laws, y'all actually thought that meant that he was actually creating, drafting, and he is his own legislative branch, and then he's signing them, then I very, very much apologize to you guys. Okay? If that's what you guys thought I meant in that, then I completely apologize. Okay. I thought, you know, I thought that was pretty easy to comprehend, me personally. Y'all, make sure you guys send those heart me's. If you guys like support, I'm like 7 of the way through the little bubblegum goal. We were over an hour in. I think we could have hit that by now with over 800 people over in TikTok. So if you guys like support, I really appreciate that. So I could throw another 1 or 2 of those up before I get off. Also, I have pay links in the bio in my link tree. So they're all at Polypolitics if you'd like to support. Also on YouTube, I have gifts and I have super chats. Scott, thank you so much for the $5. It says, bravo for mild rant regenerating F up guy. Yeah, I really can't stand that argument. It's really bad. Scott, thank you so much. You said less border crossings because DJT is, yeah, for real. Megan, hey Megan, how are you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing, Megan? With the 279 in Canadian over there, I really appreciate you. Says L Polly, L Megan too. I really haven't seen you in a while. Get that? I know her. And Scott, I can't put that on the screen, but that was super funny. Thank you so much. Super chats also go a long way to help support. I appreciate you guys. We are going to move on to the next caller. And keep this thing going and keep this thing moving. Oh, wait, what time is it? All right, I got at least another like hour or so in here. So we'll see if we can get in a few more conversations. All right. Oh, that guy, he's just. I've seen lines on other shows. I don't think I've ever actually talked to him myself. Oh, we got a little friendly up here. While we're waiting, we're gonna get a debate in first in just a second. But I have Nola the Progressive over in my. You guys may have seen Nola the Progressive. He went incredibly viral. On the, what was it, the committee meeting for the redistricting in Louisiana? I think that was what you were talking at, right?
Yes, sir. I did 2 testimonies on behalf of the redistricting out in Louisiana. Hold up, let me get my cam straight and all the rest of that stuff.
Yeah, so you might have seen him, black dude, red hat, over there telling people they're stupid in the committee meeting in Louisiana. It was great. Video went viral. Nola the Progressive, everybody. Yeah, he's really, really awesome and just absolutely destroy them over on the committee floor over there. So gotta absolutely yeah, there he is. Now you guys probably recognize him. You guys are like, oh, that guy. If you guys don't already follow him. So make sure you guys are following Nola if you haven't already. What's going on, man? How you doing today?
Yeah, just sitting down in the chat laughing at this last goofball that you had up here. It's like I think Trump and big shout out to everybody down in the chat that recognized me. Much love to everybody that's seeing me for the first time. But yeah, I think when you look at the MAGA movement right now, that's what they have to resort to. The only way they can try to get a win in any way, shape, or form is to try to be like, grammar police in a ridiculous way.
Yeah, he lost the argument, so he started to have a semantic semantic argument on me at the end because that was all he had. But hey, if that's all he's got, then I'm pretty cool with it.
Right. And I mean, another thing that he was missing from his argument is the fact that, Barack Obama didn't have his director of national intelligence come out and blatantly say that the other country did not have the weapons he claimed they had.
Yeah,
Tulsi Gabbard has testified twice and said, they don't have them. They're not even trying to build them. And Joe Kent quit saying, yeah, they don't have them. They're not trying to build them. So there's no way to defend the attacks that Donald Trump did put on Iran. And it's also silly in the fact that as we're doing illegal offensive strikes in Iran, we're threatening Cuba after doing illegal and offensive attacks on Venezuela. It's like, this is a chain of warmongering that America has never seen before. It's not comparable to Barack Obama. It made George W. Bush look like a humble a humble servant of the White House.
I said that and I pissed. I got a lot of vets pretty riled up, and I'm sorry to the vets that I got riled up when I said this. But like I said, I never thought a president in my lifetime would make me miss fucking Bush. I never thought in my life that there would be a president that made me miss Bush, and there is one now. Like that's which is nuts. But yeah, no, I mean that Tulsi Gabbard came out and said it. Joe Kent came out and said it. Right? It's no hidden fact that they weren't trying to build nuclear weapons, right? And this is just an excuse because they were completely manipulated by Netanyahu, because Donald Trump is manipulated by dictators, right? Especially ones that are manipulative, right? You see it with Viktor Orban, you saw it with Kim Jong-un in his first term, right? You've seen it with Vladimir Putin in both terms, right? You're seeing it with Netanyahu. You saw a little bit in the first term, but you're seeing it even more in this term, where these dictators, especially ones who have intelligence experience, they understand. And I used to be a big poker player, right? I used to love playing poker. I don't play as much anymore, but I used to love playing poker, right? And there's an old saying in poker, and it says, if you sit down at the table and the first 10 minutes you can't figure out who the fish is, you're it. Congratulations. Well, Donald, all these other dictators are are sitting down at the table and seeing Donald Trump at the table, and they're picking out the fish immediately, right? They're picking out the weak link. They're picking out the person that they know that they can manipulate, and they're picking him out, and they're going, yep, we can get all this stuff that every single other president was too smart to do. And I even include Bush in this, both Bushes. I even include Reagan in this, right? All these other presidents that were too smart to do this stuff, right? To start to fall for, they're about to build a nuclear weapon. Donald Trump is just stupid enough to actually fall for it.
Right. And I mean, to your point, just to kind of build on that, Anthony Blinken did an interview, what I believe it was Politico, to where he specifically said, yes, Benjamin Netanyahu went to both Joe Biden and Barack Obama with the exact same story he gave to Donald Trump. It's not even like he spruced it up, made it new, remixed it. No, this has happened. And sleepy Joe Biden, autopin Biden, whatever y'all want to call Biden, was smart enough to not do something this stupid. There's just genuinely no defense of Donald Trump and what he doing in terms of foreign policy.
And I don't even want to cut you off here. I really don't want to cut you off, but I just want to tag on that point real quick, which is crazy because you know what all of those presidents also have in common? They also know that if you were to attack Iran, that they would close the Strait of Hormuz, because that's been in every war game for longer than I've been alive, longer than either of us have been alive, that the first piece of leverage that they would have would be to close the Strait of Hormuz. And Donald Trump is coming out there being like, I didn't know that they would close it. Either you're incompetent, or the people that are briefing you are incompetent, or both, which I think is probably the most likely cause. I didn't mean to cut you off in there, but I just wanted to add that little point in there.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I feel like, in terms of the dilemma that you drew, I think the results are in on that. Donald Trump is a stupid man that's hell bent on dragging the world down to his level. And as such, he picked his secretaries. They have to be dumber than him. I think maybe with the exception of Scott Bessent, who is an actual very smart man cosplaying a very dumb man to make Donald Trump feel more comfortable. Like, he's legit a smart guy. Like, he disturbs me in the fact that he could stay there with a straight face. But you look at Pete Hegseth, like, are you going to get an intelligent plan out of a guy that quotes the Book of Jules from Pulp Fiction when he do scriptures?
Well, it's a mix, right? And that's the thing. It is a mix of intelligent people playing dumb for a purpose, right? And then just actual dumb people, right? And like you said, I think Pete Hegseth is a great example of the way that you said that. But I'll give you an example. Like, we've seen Marco Rubio before this for many, many years. I'm not saying he's the smartest dude alive, but he's not this fucking dumb, right? We know that. But he has historically, throughout his entire time in politics, talked about how much he wants to do exactly what we're doing to Cuba right now. So he's literally just playing dumb, like just being Trump's little lackey while he gets his entire agenda accomplished, in Latin America, like right now with Venezuela, with Cuba. So he's just playing dumb for it. I think, well, JD Vance, I mean, he went to fucking Yale. Like, you can't be that fucking stupid, right? But like, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. I don't even know if JD Vance's problem is that he's stupid or just the most unlikable human being that just
I think
exists
JD
on the
Vance
planet.
does not have a soul. Like, I'm very confident.
Sure.
Like, there is nothing he won't sell himself out for. You talking about a guy that allowed the Groypers to attack his family for a year before he chose to respond. Like, they called his wife Indian slurs. They went after his children.
Yep.
They disliked him because he dared to have an interracial family. It's like, this is the party that JD Vance bends over backwards to defend. Every time he finds them in a Yahtzee group chat, he the first person to run out and say they're kids, even when they're the same age as him. They didn't mean it. Like, I think in one of the group chats, his criticism was more aimed towards the people who leaked it than the people who were in the chat. He like, oh, they're trying to ruin these people representation. Like, what?
It was 100% was.
Yeah, it's like, how crazy is that? And that's why, like, I'll be honest with you, if JD Vance, who I have heard is not even looking to run in 2028 anymore, but if JD Vance is actually their front running guy.
Sorry, bullshit, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't believe that for a fucking second, but yeah, go ahead.
I'll say this, and I could be wrong. And I'll hold the L if I am. But I think Donald Trump is single-handedly destroying anybody's chance of getting elected in 2028 on the Republican side. Like, we'll be able to run Pet Rock against him and win. And I mean, JD Vance is everything you said he was. He doesn't have any personality. He's like a very weird guy in the fact that he's not consistent on anything, so he's not believable in any way. Like, just a reminder to everybody here, the Pope met JD Vance and was like, nah, I'd rather go to Jesus.
He
now.
checked
like,
out.
I'm done.
No, it's actually quite crazy too. So if you actually ever study how like Vladimir Putin has been able to hold his power as long as he has, a lot of that has to do with the fact that he consistently takes his like secretaries and puts them against each other. He consistently does that. That way, nobody underneath him ever has enough power to actually like, usurp him, right? So he's constantly like just putting them down, and he'll sick this one against that one and that one against this one and this one and that, and he'll just kind of do that, until they're all just kind of fighting and squabbling amongst each other so that he holds power. And I think Donald Trump is kind of taking a page out of that book. By doing that, and he's kind of doing that with JD Vance and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth and all of these people right now. He's kind of taking that little thing. I do think that Marco Rubio will be the one that tries to take it. JD Vance, I think he still wants it. when he's not chasing Erica Kirk. But I think that he still wants it. We'll just kind of have to see how that plays out in a few years. I think everybody's just kind of more hold on to their hold on to their hats right now and see what they can do. But anyways, man, we need to get together sometime. I'm like and do like a whole like live together. I saw you on there. I know you like to debate a bit, so we'll have you on the show and we'll get some full debates in there. I am getting a lot of requests on here for you to say burn right now. Apparently, everybody wants you to say
Burn.
That's great. I mean, actually, if you want to hang out for a second, I can bring a guest up. We can just kind of have a little like impromptu debate over here if you want.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, let's see if we got anybody over there. Someone keeps requesting over here. We'll see what we got up in here.
I wasn't meaning to spam that. My phone's bugging.
You're good, man. How old are you?
18. I like newly 18, by the way. I promise. Not making that up. April 24th was my birthday.
Okay, well, happy birthday. Before we continue on, y'all, we do have the live. Thank you guys very much for clearing out the crabs. I appreciate you on that. If you guys want to start hitting on this coffee magic, I'd really appreciate it. Also, make sure you're taking care of Nola the Progressive down there. If you're new here, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button wherever you're at on my channels. I appreciate that. If you don't follow Nola the Progressive, make sure you guys follow him also. And we're definitely going to have him back up on the show to do some more content and stuff like that too. So really, really awesome stuff. So I really appreciate it. So awesome. Do you still support Trump, guest?
Yes.
Awesome. What's
And
that?
I think that there are some things that are, by the way, this is only my second like actual debate live like this. So go a little easy on me. I think that there are some things that are just non-negotiables when it comes to voting for people, if that makes sense. And for me, as a Christian conservative, those are things like the willingness to defend Christianity and defending life. And those are two things that Trump has done and so continues to support. And he also supports Bobby Kennedy, who is a really big Make America Healthy Again. I'm from Iowa, so that's a really big deal. Highest cancer rates in America. And those are just things that I really think are non-negotiables when I'm considering who to vote for.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just start with one and go down the list. First of all, do you say that Donald Trump is supporting Christianity? Is that correct?
Yes, and I'm assuming you're going to go towards when he portrayed himself as Jesus.
I actually wasn't, but that's a great point. I actually wasn't going to go towards that at all, but great point. Okay. Anyways, great, awesome point. We can also talk about his golden statue, which is pretty far against Christianity while we're at it. But no, I wasn't going to go towards that at all. I was going to ask you why you think the U.S. president should be supporting any religion.
It's not really as much as supporting as it is defending. I think there's within the last
defending any religion. Let me rephrase. Why do you think
all religions?
But he's not defending all religions.
I think that the attack on Christianity that had happened in the last administration, and I'm not saying that Biden was insinuating it, but he definitely was, or instigating it, but he definitely was not going against any of the negativity that was then spread under his. And Trump has made a lot of strives to encourage like school choice and the ability for religious institutions to allow education. And I think that's a big deal, if that makes sense.
So first of all, you're now telling me that a Christian was attacking Christianity while a non-Christian is defending Christianity. Is that what you just said to me?
No, and I'm not saying, like I said, Biden. No, I'm not saying Biden was instigating it.
What I'm saying is Biden is a Christian. And you're saying he was doing nothing to defend the Christianity.
He didn't do anything to go.
But Donald Trump isn't a Christian, and you think that he's defending Christianity.
Well, Trump is a Christian, and he came out and said this multiple times. But
no, hold on. Donald Trump said that he has never asked for forgiveness for God for anything in his life. In the Bible, one of the qualifications for being a Christian is to ask God for forgiveness of your sins. That is what you have to do. You have to ask God for forgiveness for your sins, and then you have to accept Jesus Christ into your heart. That is what the Bible says. If you've never asked for forgiveness, then you're not a Christian, according to the Christian religion.
Well, Trump has openly said he is a Christian and talked about his Christianity. You
Trump has
can't.
openly said that he has never asked God for forgiveness for a single thing in his life. He has
And
openly
can I
said
ask
that.
when?
You mean you need the date? I mean, I'm sure I can pull
I
up.
just
I
I
can
feel
probably
like
pull up the
you're picking
video.
and choosing things
When
from.
I show the
He's
video,
asked.
when I
He
show
he
the
is.
video, are you going to believe he's not a Christian?
You can't go off of if somebody's a Christian based on for one asking for saying they haven't asked forgiveness, and for two, I think his
Well,
the
why
entire
not?
Republican Party's. Well, because has he ever said that he's just blatantly not a Christian? No, he's actually said multiple times that he is a Christian and
So did
defended the
Hitler.
Christian faith.
So did
Well,
Charles Manson.
actually, Hitler, when he was based under, I think you're talking about the rise to power under the Catholic. I'm
Catholics are
pretty sure
Christians.
Catholicism. No, I know. I'm just trying to get I'm trying to understand it correctly, making sure I'm thinking about this correctly.
I'm pretty
The
sure Vladimir
Catholic
Putin
rise
calls
to
himself a
power under
Christian.
the.
Hey,
Right.
Polly, may I add something in on this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
what's
second. Just before you do, I really want him to answer this question because it sounds like he's trying to
For
get out
sure.
of this. Okay, if I show you the video of Donald Trump saying that he's never asked for forgiveness, right, to God for anything, he also is saying like God doesn't forgive me for anything. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell. He said all of those things. But if I show you the video of him saying that he's never asked God for forgiveness, will you then admit that he's not a Christian? That's all I'm
Well,
asking.
again, no, because
Okay, so then I'm not going to
that
waste
does
my
not form
time.
a basis.
Then I'm not going to waste my time pulling up the video. That's all it was. Go ahead, Nola.
Okay, fair enough.
Right on, right on. So if we're going just based off of what Donald Trump said, Donald Trump also said that he went to Puerto Rico and met the president of the Virgin Islands. He said that Haitians were eating cats and dogs. He said he had a university that turned out to be a lie. He said he had a charity for children's cancer and then stole money from it. So when we talk about what Trump has said, we're talking about somebody with a long history of fraudulent activity. You can't really trust him on his words. I don't necessarily think anything that he says is legitimate or worth paying attention to at any point in time.
Christians, I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian.
All right. Yeah, absolutely great point, Nola. And if the guest would come back and start teacupping, I can actually just play a video of Donald Trump just saying he's not a Christian.
Anyways,
No.
just kind of-
Hold on. No. That wasn't a request from you. That was me informing you. Here's Donald Trump saying, I'm not a Christian.
You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote.
There you go. Donald Trump says I'm not a Christian.
I've never seen that video before, so I guess.
Cool. It was at a Turning Point USA event. It's available on pretty much everywhere. Yeah, pretty much wherever you want.
Fair enough.
So I'd like you to grapple with the fact that you just said that Joe Biden is attacking Christianity, who is a Christian. And for some reason, Donald Trump is defending Christianity, and he's not a Christian.
Again, I never said Biden was attacking. I said even if he's not instigating it, his administration did nothing to defend the attacks on the Christian
attacks?
citizens in the United States.
What attacks?
There was all kinds. There was literally throughout. Just a wave
give me
of
one.
anti-Christian sentiments and shootings and
Nope, that's
assaults
not an attack on Christianity. There's anti Muslim sentiment and shootings on Muslims. There's anti-LGBTQ rhetoric and they're shooting at at LGBTQ places. There's anti-black rhetoric and they're shooting against black people. There's you can name every single group in the United States and then on that say that there was rhetoric against them and that there were shootings against them. You can say that for every single possible group. What was the direct attack on Christianity under the Biden administration? That's what I'm asking you.
Well, the limiting of school choice, and if you want to go policy wise, limiting of school choice, they were limiting the amount of freedom of speech against anti-Christian values within schools and within organizations. I believe
name one example.
Recently within the Texas legislature, there's a hearing going on over a student who tried to create, and this was under the Biden administration, who tried to create a Christian organization within a school, and the school then cracked down on it, and it was not brought to any state or federal attention until there was a recent resurgence and push for that under the Trump administration.
So what you're saying is that a red state who runs red schools and has a red legislature and a red governor attacked a Christian student, and you're blaming Biden.
To be fair, this school was actually blue dominated, and the principal was extremely anti-Christian.
Yeah, gotcha. Who runs the curriculum and pays for schools in Texas?
Texas legislature, but
There you
again,
go.
that
Thank you.
has nothing
So
to do with what the
a
principal
red
decided to
legislature
do.
and a red governor, all right, are the ones that are attacking Christianity, and you're blaming Biden. Interesting. By the way, I'm pretty sure what you're saying is not happening, but that's all right. Regardless, sir, you naming one kid at one school in Texas does not prove that there's an attack on Christianity. Because again, I can name examples of things happening like that. Every single group where they've stopped like pride flags from being put up in schools, right? An attack on the LGBTQ community, where literally there have been schools recently where they have told black children that they can't wear their hair in their natural state, right? Because it goes against their dress code policy. Again, attack on black people. I can find a people for every single situation that literally fits exactly the type of qualification that you're saying. And even with all of those, okay, I'm not saying that there's an attack on all those people. Right now, granted, black people are attacked in this country. Granted, LGBTQ people they're specifically attacked in this country. Okay, that's not a question. That is happening, okay? But there is no attack on Christianity, all right? When the president is a Christian, 98% of their staff is all Christian. The legislature is all Christian, okay? Just because you want school choice, okay? And by the way, you've always had somewhat of a school choice, and I'm proof of that because I'm damn near 40 and I went to Christian school my entire fucking life. From the time I was in preschool to the time I graduated high school, I went to a Christian school. My parents had school choice. What you want is the government to pay for for the choice for you to practice your religion. And that's the problem, right? Because the United States has no necessity to pay for the government for the government to pay for you practicing your religion. If you want to go practice it, have fun, bud. I have no issues with you. Stay out of my DM. Don't try to proselytize to me. But if you want to go practice your religion, I have no problem with that. Okay? No problem with that. But you're doing it on your own dollar. Okay, and you're doing it not with American tax dollars, because I don't support you being taught, as someone who literally went to Christian school every single life, I 100% do not support you or any of those kids or literally anybody going to Christian school. So I don't want my tax dollars going to it.
It's also worth mentioning, if you want to see an attack on Christianity, you should look at the countries of Saudi Arabia and Qatar, where being openly Christian and proselytizing can be directly punished by law. Donald Trump had Mohammed bin Salman, the leader of that country, in the White House, despite him chopping up an American government and helping to fund the people that attacked the Twin Towers on 9/11. And he also accepted a Qatari plane, despite the fact that these people are realistically doing the attacks on your religion that you're trying to ascribe to Joe Biden. Donald Trump does not protect religion in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, he is the only president that I know of in my lifetime to openly beef with the Pope. The first American Pope, the first American Catholic Pope, Trump has decided that he knows the Bible better than that guy and has been threatening him openly. So how exactly does that square with your religion if you want to protect Christianity?
Well, I mean, for one, I'm not really up to date on the whole Pope thing. I do know that happened, but I haven't looked into that as much.
Yeah, the vice president told the Pope that he shouldn't concern himself with matters of theology. Yeah. Yeah, you know why that is?
Why?
Because the Pope told him not to stick children in fucking detention centers and to go bombing schools in Iran. Yeah, because the Pope doesn't believe those are very Christian-like.
Okay, well,
and I don't either. I don't know what your beliefs are, Nola. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying, as someone who went to Christian school my whole life, I'm pretty sure nowhere in there was stick kids in detention centers with moldy food and worms in their food, right? Or not give them potable water, or hell, to even have immigrants in that situation to begin with, because the Bible specifically tells you that you should treat the alien in your country, as a citizen of your country, right? To treat them as your own. That's what the Bible says, right? And then he says that God doesn't support you just picking wars for no reason, right? The Bible talks about this. The Pope says that. And when the Pope goes, hey, you should probably check your Christianity since you're all claiming to be Christians, all right, then the Trump doesn't go, maybe the leader of the Catholic Church knows about Christianity, maybe I should listen. No, Trump goes, maybe I should go tell the Pope to fuck off, which is just an insane, he's gone, which is just an insane thing to fucking say. I also wanted to mention one thing that Noel said, just to tag on, because he was talking about Mohammed bin Salman. He also had Ahmad al-Shara at the White House, who's an ex former leader of fucking Al-Qaeda, who's the president of Syria, right? Who literally people that went out of their way to not only kill Christians, but to kill people that freaking even didn't practice Islam in a radical enough way for that sect of for that the extremist view of Islam, right? So no, that's crazy. But yeah, great points, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, it's anytime somebody bring up Donald Trump is like a protector of Christian values, is very, the low hanging fruit is just to attack Donald Trump's life in general. Like, he doesn't exhibit any qualities of, he is Christ-like in literally no ways.
Zero ways. Zero. Except for in his dress, apparently. Apparently, he does like to dress like him in AI memes.
Yeah, like working in what you call them, Bethlehem emergency offices, the ECU, right? But like, you look at Donald Trump as a man, like, he literally cannot give you a scripture. They had him reading the Bible a couple of days, like a couple weeks back. They had him reading the Bible. It looked like it was the first time he ever opened the book.
Surprised he didn't burn his hands a little bit. Ooh, hot. Y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If this is your first time here, we really, really appreciate you guys being here. So thank you guys so much. Also, I have my friend Nola the Progressive down here on the panel. So make sure you hit that follow button over on him also. If you guys would like to support, make sure you guys are tagging that Nola down there with some gifting. We really appreciate it. Also, I got a little coffee magic going on up here. We're almost halfway through that goal. So if you guys like to support that way, I appreciate it. Also, I also have super chats over on the tubes, and of course pay links in the bio. We're gonna hit up a few of those super chats as we go through. Nova, thank you so much for the G. Scott, thank you so much for the $2. Said he probably finishes first in Jesus Christ. Lakers fan says, can you explain what Trump derangement syndrome is? Yeah, it's when you think that Trump has no fault on anything ever, and so that you follow him like a giant cult leader. That's my definition. I don't know if that's real or not. Carolyn, thank you so much for the $10. Says, prayers for your procedure tomorrow. You will be in my thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. I really appreciate that, Carolyn. Carolyn, thank you so much. Yeah, I will be out tomorrow. I doubt I will recover by tomorrow night to be on. I will be very, very surprised. So most likely I will be on, won't be back on again until Saturday or Sunday-ish. And actually, I got about a half an hour left before I got to get off here because I got to go do some stuff to get ready for that. But thank you so much, Carolyn, for the $10 super chat. Scott said, don't you play poker? Stop it, Scott. You're bad today. Stop. It's too early for this, Scott. Jocular, thank you so much for the $5. Says, dang, Polly, you may not be as old as dirt, but you definitely sat next to him in grade school. Damn, bro, it's like that. It's like that. Jesus, Jocular. I see how it is, dude. I see how it is, bro. That's fucking, I'm watching you, man. Jocular's a long time on the show. Jocular's great. Janelle, thank you so much. Bethany, thank you so much. Steve, thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody's support. Didn't mean to click that again. Really appreciate everybody's support. You guys are absolutely awesome. And thank you, whoever just sent that coffee too. Mercy, thank you so much. I saw that. I saw Mishi send a couple earlier too. All right, we're gonna see if we have anybody. We got a few people over here.
So what did you think about some of these Senate hearings? Like you got Marco Rubio. Speaking of Trump derangement syndrome, you got Marco Rubio just like watching a video of Donald Trump going to sleep on side of him and just like lying to all the Congress, like, nah, bro, that didn't happen. He can see through his eyelids.
Yeah. So Alda, I gotta correct you. First of all, are you on YouTube?
I have a YouTube page over there, and slowly but surely I'm trying to transition over to YouTube. I got into some agency BS to where I couldn't get a stream key.
Well, the reason why I was
do cross streaming.
Do you have an agent?
I don't, not currently. No.
Oh, message me later.
For sure.
No, like for real. Well, we can get you one. Like, I'm not joking. Anywho, the reason I'm asking is because people over on YouTube are asking about you. So you can find him on on a bunch of other socials. He's called NOLA the Progressive, like New Orleans NOLA, the Progressive. So if you find him on any of the socials where you can find him,
I do have a YouTube if they would like to follow me on there. I'm just working on cross-platforming so I can make sure I can talk between TikTok and here.
Yeah, go follow him over there, and there'll be content soon. Yeah, follow first, content after. Also, before we bring anybody up, I do have to do another reminder, please and thank you, that my podcast launches tomorrow. First episode launches tomorrow. Great stuff on there. Talk about Delaney. We talk with Antonio Reynoso out of New York 7th. So make sure you guys are following the podcast. It's the Polypolitics podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Amazon, on iHeart, on YouTube, on you name it. It's all over the place. So go and check it out. Really appreciate you guys so much. I'm hungry too. Shit. All right, come on, TikTok. Let me bring someone up. And if not, I'm gonna go over to my phone lines over here. All right, we got someone over here. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
38.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Why is that?
Because I don't think that trans should be in, like men should be in women's sports, women should be in men's sports, that sort of thing.
Awesome. Cool. Can you please name me 3 trans athletes in the NCAA?
No.
Oh. Cool. Can you name me 3? We have like a world champion, right? Like both women's national hockey team and a notorious like women's national soccer team. Can you name me like 3 women like combined of either of those teams?
No, but I can name you.
Then you don't give a
the
fuck
NHL.
about women's sports. Stop pretending like you give a fuck about women's sports. You couldn't give a shit about women's sports. You don't know anything about women's sports. You don't know anything about trans people in women's sports. And I am not going to sit here and listen to someone pretend to freaking pearl clutch about women in sports when you don't give a shit about women in sports. And I really, honestly, could not care about your opinion on it. Okay?
Are you attracted to trans women?
I'm attracted to I'm attracted to my girlfriend. That's who I'm attracted to.
Yeah, but like a trans woman, are you attracted to her?
I think I can find people attractive does not matter what kind of genitalia
Have you ever been attracted to a trans
I see your
woman?
picture. I don't think you're an unattractive guy, guy right there in your picture, if that's really you.
Yeah, that's really me, but stop pivoting.
You're a pretty attractive guy too. Are you
No.
trans?
No, but I want to know, like, have you ever been attracted to a trans woman?
Yeah, and so have you.
I've never been attracted to a trans woman.
Yeah, you did. You just didn't know that they were trans. You just thought they were a woman.
So you can say deliberately on your live that you're attracted to trans women.
And so are you.
So you're sidestepping, or you're willing?
Sir, I don't know what your issue is here. You're trying to make this whole thing about trans, okay? It's weird, dude. Dude, let people be attracted to who they're fucking attracted to. Why do you fucking care who you're fucking attracted to, sir? Huh?
Because I'm attracted to women.
Yeah, but they're not attracted to you.
I'm not
and you-
attracted to trans women.
but you're not. But women aren't attracted to you, so who cares?
Chris, why aren't you angry that your president is attracted to children? Why is that not a bigger problem than anything that's going on with trans people? Donald Trump looked at an elementary school age child and said, I'll be dating her in 10 years. Why is that not more concerning? Oh, okay. Didn't want to have that conversation. Never mind then.
Bro, I don't care a shit who you are, okay? There is no way that y'all haven't played one of those games. And I don't care how straight you think you are, okay? I don't care how straight you think you are. If you've ever played one of those games where there's five women in the picture and every single one of them is fucking gorgeous and they're like, pick out the trans person. And I'm like, I got fucking nothing, dude. Like they're all beautiful to me. I don't know the difference, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I look at those things and I'm like, I can't fucking tell the difference. Like they all look fucking beautiful to me, bro. Like and if I gotta look that hard, then I guess so be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
And I mean, I'm a big fan of the ideology that if the problem you have with somebody can be solved by you minding your business, then your problem is actually in the mirror.
Right?
Like these trans people are not trying to force people like Chris or anybody from the MAGA movement to do anything with them. It's just like you're forcibly inserting yourself into their scenarios so you can like manufacture outrage and get mad at somebody over something that literally has nothing to do with you. If they're not inviting you to the threesome, move on with your life. You'll be fine.
That dude's not even getting invited to twosomes. Okay, so I don't understand. I really don't understand the who you were attracted to. I remember a specific time. I was I was flying Singapore Air. Right, I was flying Singapore Air, and or was it Korean Air? I don't know. Every single flight attendant was just like gorgeous. And I remember I remember getting on that fucking plane and be like, and it was like, it was mostly women or whatever. And then one of them was a dude and he went up and handed me a drink. I'm like, that dude's a model. There is no way he should be that attractive on this fucking plane, bro. You just can't and I'm straight as hell, but that doesn't change. That dude, I was like, that's a hot dude, bro. I just never understood that whole that whole being weird that you're attracted to somebody. Like, bro, you're just people are just attractive. I don't know. I don't get it, but that's just me. That's just me. There's only one person that's attractive to me, okay, and that's my beautiful girlfriend. All right, that's all. She's listening. I can't. She'll hurt me later if I don't. Okay,
don't clap for Miss Polly.
Don't clap. Don't clap for anything. She'll hurt me if I don't say that. Okay, she's listening.
All right. Okay, never mind.
she's about 4'10" and very and very mean to me. Okay, she beats me. No, she does. Don't be spreading that around. Don't be spreading that around. But no, somebody. It's actually it's just funny because somebody was just like, "Oh, you're not as straight as you think you are," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, I am." But she's saying slander in here. Ari, if you see her in the chat, that's my girlfriend. But no, I think that truly, and I honestly believe this. I believe that the straightest people on the planet are the people that can look at people of their same sex or anybody else or trans people and go, "Hey, you're attractive." I think that those are the people that are really actually secure in who they are, in their sexuality, right? In who they are, right? I think that those are really the people who are really, really secure in that. I think if you're a man and you're just and you're scared of saying that another man is attractive or something like that, I think that you're just kind of scared because you maybe got a couple feet in the closet. You know what I'm saying? If you're, I think that's all it is. Me personally, sorry, this took a whole turn. This took a whole turn in a conversation, but that's how I feel about the situation. People are just attractive, bro. Freaking people are awesome. So
100% agreed. And you would think that the MAGA party would agree with that, with how often they crash Grinder. It's
Dude,
like
all the time.
on the left,
Bro.
we would be fine accepting you as you are. We have no problem.
Like every single time there's a news story, right? Every single time there's a news story of like politician caught with male escort in fucking hotel room. Every single time it's a Republican. It never fucking fails. It is always a 100% success rate. It is a Republican who has been in Congress lately talking about how gay people are scary. Like it's 100% of the time. And then it's like caught with male prostitute in a Motel 6. And it's like, dude, like like, dude, it's okay. Just walk out of the closet, walk over here to the left and stop being a bigot, bro. You're good, man. Like, anyway.
Like, for instance,
and always a conservative Christian too. Every single time. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like for instance, Brian Big Titty Gnome. Who saw that coming, right? We would accept him and his double D's.
Bro,
we would not be angry with him.
Double D's didn't have shit on those things, bro. Those things were, I had actually forgotten about that. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. I had completely forgot about Kristi Noem's husband. That just kind of disappeared out of the news like really quickly, didn't it?
Yeah.
That just kind of disappeared out of the news like really, really quickly, which is like surprising. But like literally when I saw that and I was like, hold on. So like, what's his deal? And they're like, he just likes putting on big old titties and talking to sex workers on video cam. And I'm like, you know what, dude? If that's what you're into, bro, like fucking have fun, bro. Like have fun. I'm not gonna stop. Like literally, if I hear about a Republican doing anything with a consenting adult, I'm happy. Like just as long as you're doing something with a consenting adult, I am so happy that you're not as bad as most of the rest of the Republican, not maybe most, but maybe most. Anyways, Nola, I am going to drop you down, man, because I am going to get offline. But message me, brother. We'll get you. We'll have you back on. I hope you had fun. I had a blast with you up here. We got two laughs that maybe together might tear down TikTok. Between both of our laughs. So too much fun. Make sure you guys hit follow Nola before I drop him down. And big W's in the chat for Nola. Thank you so much for being here, man. All right.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
We'll talk soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, Nola's awesome. I got a chance to go up on his live and talk for a bit. And Nola's really, really awesome. I guarantee you, if you're on left-wing politics, you've seen his video in Louisiana. So at the Louisiana Senate hearing, burn, however he does it. That shit was fucking funny as shit, dude. Anyways, he's on there. He actually does some debates and stuff on his channel too. So good stuff. If you search, someone's asking for his handle. It is Nola the Progressive. So Nola, Nola, like Nola, like New Orleans, Louisiana, Nola. Okay. And so, yeah, that's how you find him. That's where he is, all over the place. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Does anyone say? Oh yeah. Anyways, Madam, thank you so much for the $10 that you and Nola make a great team. We really do. It's really fun. Say laugh will take the whole thing down. Thank you so much, Madam. And Wesley said, is it because they hate themselves? Yes, it is because they hate themselves, and they're just not secure in their. It's always men too, right? It's always men. So it's just they're not secure in their masculinity. It's really what it is. They're intimidated by trans people. And I'm telling you, like, I really do think that, like, for me personally, I think it's the people that really, like Chris over there, who are just, super like, oh, you ever been attracted to a trans person? So the only reason to ask that question is if you've been attracted to trans people. And you're just scared of living your truth, man. That's all. You're just, that's the only reason to be that upset about people that you don't know. You know? Yeah. As soon as you ask that question, that's all I think. It's just like, well, obviously you've been attracted to trans people and you're scared to admit it. So, anyways, y'all, I will see you guys later this weekend. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. All right. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys rock. All right. See you guys later. Bye.